was crazy. But shit, yeah, he was at the Super Bowl. What y'all thought about? What y'all thought about the game?
It was dope. I was very open. I wanted Joe Burrow to pull it off. I knew the Rams when they were a better team.
Both of y'all said, if I remember correctly, both of y'all said double-digit win.
That's true. I thought the Rams would beat them by 14-21, something in that span. I was like, oh. But I did say I could see the Bengals going down in a hard fight. I said the only way I don't know my words verbatim, but I felt like their best case scenario was a hard fought loss.
Yeah.
I didn't see them winning the actual game ever. I think I actually said to them, they'll probably go down. I almost haven't won, but I didn't think they'd win at all. I was hoping though, just the fact they even got there, like, oh. Y'all should even be here.
I really thought they had a real chance to win. I really thought
they went up 11. Ugh.
I'm saying pregame, it was my pick pregame. They ended up losing by what, 3? Mm-hmm. 3, yeah. So it was, like you said, it was a good game for sure. How y'all felt about the halftime show?
Oh, when you let black people get it, great thing. We already knew that. We don't even need to say that. I feel like everybody on earth has established if this is not definitively the greatest performance ever, it is obviously top 2, top 3.
It's up there.
And the ones that, and if it's not, let's say it is 3, one of them got to be Michael Jackson, who's black. You feel me? So that my point still gonna remain valid. If you let somebody black get there, we gonna turn it out. We do this. All music come from us. That is a fact. We already know that though. Elvis learned from us. That's a fact. Whatever music y'all like, Paramore and Green Day and all that came from us. It's true. So us doing music and performing, it ain't even noteworthy. We do this. Those people are the ones going, oh my God.
Yeah.
I didn't know they were cute. We sitting there bro, I can't wait till the Super Bowl. We finna turn it up. We already knew.
Right.
You feel me? We've been watching verses for the past 2 years. We are prepared to watch our favorite artists perform at their peaks, no matter the age, and just kill it. So I'm glad that it was perfect. And I don't feel like, oh, they did this wrong. Why didn't you? They did exactly what they should have done. They gave enough control to who they should have given control to.
Yeah. And
those people made it the most watched Super Bowl show ever.
Right. Got a similar take.
Similar thing. I've been seeing a lot of criticism about it though.
Yeah.
Really?
I think it's just people just hating on it because everybody else likes it. But
critiquing what? The people or the actual performance?
The performance, the production of everything. At the end of the day, it's almost with an NBA team, like a super team. If you get 5 superstars, you don't really need that much of a structure. Just hand the ball to one of them and let them do their thing.
All-star team, Olympic team or something, like a dream team.
Exactly. You don't need to do that much thinking behind the actual performance. You don't need a bunch of fireworks and lights.
Go out there because it's already solidified. Go out there and do what you
do your hits and then pass the ball. That's pretty much it.
Okay, yeah. I enjoyed it. It was a good show. I liked the song selections, the actual performance. None of them people are dancers or nothing. So I don't know if you expect them to go out there and really go through Snoop getting his little walk on. You feel me? Dre on the board,
crazy.
A big season on the stage. So it was dope. Kendrick, I think Kendrick's songs were the most performative. You feel me?
Yeah.
A whole situation going on. But I fucked with everything. Song selection, the artists, everybody did that thing. It was a great show. For sure, definitely top 3.
So 2 questions. One, so background, Snoop, he wore the bandana outfit, and Eminem kneeled. They told Eminem not to kneel. So we'll stick with that one first. How do y'all feel about that? That he actually kneeled, even being told by the NFL not to.
That's his brand. You tell him what not to do, and he's gonna do it. I also think it was a little bit performative, but I don't really care.
I didn't give a fuck. I'm gonna keep it real.
That was how I was.
I didn't even put it
this
together.
Was the most pointless kneel. That's
I didn't put it together that. For me, that cause, that kneeling thing was. That shit is over and done. If you ask me, you feel me? We always fight for the cause or whatever, but the whole kneeling shit in the NFL, that shit is over. That moment has passed. You feel me? So I didn't even put it together that he was kneeling. oh, fuck the NFL.
I didn't even see it live. I saw like a clip of it. I was like, oh, all right.
I was watching it live, but I figured his song was over. You feel me? Dr. Dre about to perform with Snoop. The big song. You feel me? Still Dre or whatever.
Right.
Like, let me get out the way. I'm just kneeling. Like, I'm not part of this right now. I didn't look at it like I'm kneeling. Fuck the NFL type shit. But yeah, that shit was a reach. I don't know. Like, it didn't move me.
Yeah, it didn't hit hard. It didn't do nothing. It was just like, what are you doing
for that? Though.
Yeah, that was my thing. Who are you? Like, why Eminem? I appreciate that. I'm the same way. I appreciate it, but it's like, what, for what though? That what message is that gonna indicate? Like, what do we get out of that? You know, so I was kind of like
the people in the culture who really stand on that and fight for that in our culture, like we know,
right.
Like you don't have to do nothing like performative like that or look for you feel me, no clout for nothing like doing nothing like that. So I don't know, that shit was just it went over my head initially. Like live, it went over my head. I didn't put it together, but even after the fact when they were saying like, oh, they told him not to, and he like, who gives a fuck?
Right. Could you attribute that to Eminem being like disconnected from like people in general? Like you didn't see that from any of the other performers, like the performative shit, just because you already know like what they do, like you know where they stand.
Yeah.
With Eminem, he probably just sits at home all day. Like
this is what's his one chance to make a try to make a statement.
Yeah, and he's like, obviously he's probably only gonna pay attention to shit that happens within like hip hop or black culture. So he's like, oh shit, so I'm at the NFL. Like, let me go ahead and kneel since that was a big thing.
Right.
And it didn't. I mean, I guess it worked. Like we're talking about it right now.
Yeah.
It was a big thing, but at the end of the day, like we don't care.
So you feel like that was both of you? You feel like that was something? He probably felt a little bit more encouraged to do that because he's white. Like if he was black, even the exact person that he is and everything we know him to be, the extremist or whatever, if he's black, does he kneel? And if no, then can we say, okay, you did that almost not exclusively because you're white, but you felt like let me use my whiteness to black people's advantage by kneeling. Do you feel like that was kind of his train of thought behind it? Because
I was probably like overcompensation.
Right.
Like, he's probably always struggled
let me show
with
them that we're not all the same. You know, like
he's probably always struggled with like fitting in.
Yeah.
So like he did like we see this every day, like with white boys who overcompensate around their black friends or even light skinned dudes who overcompensate.
Yeah.
Like he's probably just doing a little bit of that.
Right.
Which
I can see that.
It's not like I'm not hating on him for like that's just him.
Yeah.
That's who he is really. But I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just like I'm trying my best not to say fuck Eminem, but I don't really care about Eminem like that. I'm gonna keep it real. Like he's not like a big like part of my life. Nothing. Like I don't really care. Like I just really didn't have like any emotion towards that action.
Right.
You feel me? Like okay, like if that's how you really feel, then it shouldn't even matter what I think. You feel me? If that's how you really feel, then you did it for you because you think that's the right thing to do for the cause. Cool, like I don't have no reaction for you. Like I don't just feel me. I don't got just much to say about it. Like I don't know what his intention was. Like ain't nobody else on the stage like even acknowledged it. It's not like everybody else like
it was a plan.
They didn't make it a moment. Like that was his own thing. Like nobody else like acknowledged it. Like everybody look at him for a second and acknowledge that he's kneeling, and then we do the song. Like no, like you just do that. Like we already started the next song. By the time you got on your knee, we playing boom boom. Like
right.
Start that. See you know, like it's already up. We don't know, man. So yeah, I don't know, man.
I feel that. With Snoop, so they told Snoop he couldn't wear the blue bandana out his pockets. That's why his whole outfit was the blue bandana.
Right.
I thought that was so cool. When I found that out, I was like,
"Wow." The NFL told him that.
So
not just the room.
I read that from the same Twitter post I read the Eminem stuff from. So it could be completely capped, but I read both of those together, and the Eminem thing ended up becoming true. So I'm assuming that both were true. But
from what I know, none of the Super Bowl performers get paid.
Yeah,
so
yeah.
You don't have the leeway to tell me anything. You don't have the leeway to give me a dress code, to tell me what I can and can't do. Like if you want me to show up here and perform, you feel me? You're telling me like you want me to be there, me as me. You feel me? With whatever I come with, that's what you want to perform. So that's what it's gonna be. You don't get the leeway to tell me anything, especially if you're not paying me. So blue rag, blue like I'm still throwing up my seat. I'm still gonna crib walk. He threw up the seat. He crib walking like who cares? Then he put a bandana. Right. That would be the one thing. The bandana hanging out his left pocket. That would be the one thing that the average white person or whatever doesn't. That would be the thing that they don't get.
Right. They should have allowed that. Right. Like if anything.
That's some gang shit. Yeah. They would not. That's the last thing they would get is
that's
the rag hanging out his back pocket.
Allowed that shouldn't ban the other shit. Right.
If that was.
Yeah. That's a fact. I agree.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
How do y'all feel about them not being paid for Super Bowl performances though? That's crazy. I mean, so Mary J. Blige, she told she said she said that they were initially gonna have her only do one song. Right. And I think they might have got a lot of like flack for that because that's Mary J. Blige. Like, what you mean she only doing one song? But then like weeks later, I guess they corrected she gonna do a full set, and then they asked her. Angie Martinez was the one who did. They asked her how much did she get paid for. Like, oh, I know you made about $1 million or something like that. She's like, really? Like, no, actually I didn't make anything. And everybody like, wait, what? And she like, they told her basically like the opportunities you'll get from being on the Super Bowl show will get you so much other money from other endeavors. She kind of like is leaning on that. She praying like, all right, this Super Bowl performance needs to turn into 50 million other bags. How do y'all feel about that though? Like, is that okay that this free work should turn into a other bag, or should they get something from the Super Bowl? I feel like they should get paid for that. Yeah. If I'm performing at the Super Bowl, I need something.
I think ideally, yeah, they should get paid.
Make so much money off of that.
Ideally, they should get paid, but like it's like you said, it's usually not us that's performing. So we never really had somebody who would sit down with Andy and he asked that question. The black people who have performed, been like Michael Jackson or Beyonce or something, like you're not asking them that, and they're not coming for your interview. Like, you're not asking them that. But so now that we finally like know for a fact like y'all not getting paid, but at the same time like she performed 2 songs, 50 performed one song, Kendrick performed 2 songs, Dre performed 2, and Snoop performed 2. I want to say. So it's not like they each doing that a whole concert. I don't think. She need $1 million to do. Like,
not that. But
if we paying on to put the performance on, like we paying like like venues pay you because you have to come here yourself as the artist. You have to come here. You have to set up your show, make sure whatever. Like make sure the show is whatever you want it to be. Right. But if we gonna foot the cost for all of that, and like you said, we give you the look. I mean, I'm not mad at that. And it does, like, it's proven the residual income that you get from doing that show is proven. Like, I want to say Still Dre, the Snoop and Dr. Dre song, I want to say that video was like the first video or something to get 1 billion views or something like that on YouTube. I think I seen that story the next day.
That's crazy. I never
knew that. The next day it crossed over 1 billion views. I want to say it was the first YouTube video to go over 1 billion views type shit. So you get, I mean, I assume they get paid for that, maybe, or if not, if more people they gonna get this residual. You gonna get paid some way. Somebody else gonna want to go to a show now. Somebody seen y'all before and they gonna want to go to the show. They had a good time. They like the music. They gonna stream your shit. You feel me? Like, yeah, the residual is there. So I'm not mad at it. It's not like none of them perform like a full 20-minute to an hour set or nothing. So I don't know. I'm not mad.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, all them put together, like they're not gonna get paid. Like, they're not gonna pay 50 Cent. You're not gonna pay Snoop. I mean, you probably couldn't pay Dre enough, honestly.
Facts.
Probably can't afford him. That's the main reason why he won't do a versus. It's like, 1, who's gonna go against me? 2, like, who's gonna pay me? Like, I'm not gonna take the same fees that these other artists take. I have a entirely like $1 billion catalog.
It's an opportunity cost too. I could be doing something else. I could be putting together an album. I could be making this hit, doing this video, whatever that's actually paying me. So I don't know. The Super Bowl is just enticing. It's just a good look. You feel me? Like,
that's true.
And if you do the right thing with the look, like Snoop had just bought Death Row, put out the album.
That was perfect time for him.
Before Mary J. Blige put out an album. I don't know if it was the Friday before or the Friday after, but I know she put out an album around it.
50 got 2 shows going on.
50 got shit to promote. He got his own shows going on. Kendrick, we just happy to see Kendrick.
I was shocked to see him. Like, whoa.
Oh yeah, man. I don't know. It's a good look.
Yeah.
Can't be mad. Can't be mad at it. Can't be mad at it. And then you feel me? They all had like not all, but they was in commercials. I think Mary J. Blige was in the Super Bowl commercial. Snoop, of course, you know Snoop gonna be in the commercial any day of the week for me for anything. Yeah. So it's just about how you like we giving you this look. How are you maneuvering to make this beneficial for you? In fact, you can potentially make $1 million off of this look. Like we giving you the lob. You feel me? Just go dunk that.
You get the exposure. Like that's. The Super Bowl is one of the most viewed sports events. Yeah. Like annually.
I think it's that and like WrestleMania.
Right. Yeah. So it's like you got all eyes on you. Like you said, what are you gonna do with it?
Right. Like, yeah, that is a good point. But I guess in my eyes, I'm looking at that to justify why they should get the fact that everybody on Earth is watching this show. Yeah. All the money that can be made from anywhere in the world is being poured into this show. Pay them, you know. But that is true. Like the bag you get,
you should get paid just off of like your labor.
Yeah, like that's what I'm saying. Like, she shouldn't get $1 million for 2 songs. That's totally valid. But some.
Yeah.
So it was a thing before the Super Bowl. It was a big thing about the I'm gonna call it the supporting cast. You feel me? Like all the performers, like the dancers and shit like that that they use. It was a thing about them because they've also not been getting paid. But this year was the first year that they paid like those people, like the supporting cast, to perform at Super Bowl, like because those people are unionized. You feel me? They are like dancers or choreographers and whatever else they be using the people for. But yeah, this was the first year that they got paid, so it's like NFL like trying to do the right thing by people. I feel like I don't know what they're trying to get over on y'all. Right. Y'all got a big enough name, being Snoop, Mary, Dre. Like y'all got a big enough name to get paid off the residuals, like you said, like other shit. But yeah, I definitely fuck with how they pay everybody else involved. Like they not gonna make no other money, side money off of this.
Facts. I like that a lot of those dancers are viral Instagram, TikTok dancers and stuff. She knew a couple of them. One of the main girls, her name is Storm DeBarge, and there's like, I don't know what setting is or nothing like that, but there's like a way that these dancers record their videos. It's like a bunch of people behind them.
On TikTok, you saying?
Yeah, and they get the camera. It looks like...
Does it focus on their face?
Yeah, like but it doesn't look like the regular focus with the blur in the background. It looks like an enhanced version of that where they aren't even in that video. It literally is, I can't describe it, but it's like they're there. The background looks like one video, and the dancer looks like they are blending in perfectly with a separate video. Yeah. And if the camera's focused on them dancing, so they that girl is like, she kind of has spearheaded a lot of that cool stuff. They got a whole crew. It's a bunch of dudes, girls. They got little kids, little 9-year-old girls, the best dancers in the world. Like it'd be crazy. So they got her to actually hire a lot of the dancers, and people feel like that's why it looked as good as it did. Those weren't just random. She is a very tapped in, well connected dancer, and went in her bag and was like, I got a bunch of homies that dance just as good as me, and got all the, basically put the hood on, like that type. She basically put the hood on and got everybody to dance at the Super Bowl. That's crazy. Yeah. She talked about it. She was like, I didn't think like this would happen. Like, you just a dancer on TikTok, and you get a random call from the Super Bowl, from the NFL, and they're like, hey, we got a job for you. That's crazy. Now you got to go hire 100 people. Like, I got to text everybody in my phone that dances. Like, yo, I need you to come here at this time. We might got something big going on. Like, that's crazy.
Right.
One person that had that responsibility, like, man, I'm going to put all my friends on. We all dance. We all sing. And we finna go dance at the Super Bowl. That's dope. I think that's one of my favorite stories about that whole thing. Wow. Like, you go from nobody, like, she ain't a nobody, but nobody knows you. You know, you dance, but the world don't know you, and now they do. You know, like, now you finna take credit for a lot of the choreography. She was like a part of the actual building of the dances and stuff. Brought him in and helped choreograph all that stuff. So, that's a dope story to tell.
That's